Hello everyone, I'm Jason.
Hi, I'm Ice. Welcome to Go Pure Lifestyle TV.
Today I need inner peace.
Okay. Today we will learn yoga from home.
So let us welcome our special guest, Dawn. Hello Dawn.
Hi everybody, I'm Dawn, also known as that mom of four. I am a yoga teacher, Pilates teacher. I am also, like my name implies, a mother of four girls. And I've been teaching for almost 2 decades now. So I hope I'll be able to share something with you today that's very helpful and has definitely helped me for so many years. Okay, so thank you Jason for having me today. Thank you Go Pure. What else should I talk about myself? I have a yoga studio that I own and I run, Trium, but cannot open now, right? So teach from home, and I'm still able to share what I know with so many people over the internet. And all you're gonna need for today's demo is a yoga mat. For those of you who have trouble standing up, I will give you the option to sit on the chair as well, so you can still get some work done, even if you cannot work with your legs for whatever reason. Okay, you can still do some upper body work. Okay, so stuff that you can also sit at the desk and do, even if you're stuck with Zoom meetings all day. How's that sound?
Awesome. Thanks Dawn. So how are you holding up during this situation?
Very busy with the 4 kids for sure, but thank goodness now it's the holidays. The holidays have started. So we are having a little bit more free time with the girls. They get to do their things and I get to do my things, because previously it was, what time do you have to log in for your class? What are the homeworks that you need to hand in? So now it's just like tuition, and then they do their live art and craft classes with the teachers, their tutors. Better for me lah. But I'm still teaching every single day. In fact, I just finished teaching a class at 10:50, and then I'm jumping. Yeah. So keeping busy, I think, is very important for us. Making sure that we are still doing things that help us to feel fulfilled throughout the day. That keeps us occupied. Oh, this is my youngest one.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. So like I said earlier, doing things that help us to feel fulfilled throughout the day. But of course, if you are like a mother like myself, if you are feeling frustrated that you cannot go out, but you still have to work, then I think making sure that you are taking care of yourself, not just physically, but mentally, is very important. Okay, so there are de-stressing techniques that you can simply do at home. And I will share them with you today as well. So how am I holding up? I'm doing great, because I think yoga is really helping me a lot here.
How can we incorporate yoga and exercise into our stay-home routine during this circuit breaker?
I think planning for it is very important, because the fact is many of us are still working from home. So if you fail to plan, you really plan to fail, because distractions will still come in any time of the day. So like myself, I like to make sure that I do it in the morning, and then that's out of the way. When the children wake up, only that's it. It's the end of it. If I manage to fit in anything, fantastic. Okay, but I don't want to leave it to chance, so I would do it in the morning before anything else happens, right? So I would say, do it in the morning also, because like if you're thinking about doing things that help you to find mental calm and peace, it's the quietest time of the day. Before people start to scream like, I need you to help me with this, I need you to do that, and then like, I'm hungry, can you play with me? Then you just get it all done in the morning. It sets the tone for you for the rest of the day as well. So exercise, yoga, it can be very energizing, and if you're more energized, you're more productive throughout the day. Yoga, Pilates does help you to release a lot of stress relief hormones, happy hormones. So your mood is actually better. Even if there are people screaming at you, I need this, I need that, and you have a lot of things that need to be done, you're doing it from a much better state of mind, a much happier state of mind. So you tend to respond rather than react. So I think like doing it at the beginning of the day is always the best for me, because it does affect everything else that I do for the later part of the day. And I encourage you to do that as well. You do it at the end of the day, better than nothing. But if you do it at the beginning, it's the best.
Awesome. So Dawn, do you have any tips for the beginners for doing yoga?
Yes, for sure. I would say done is better than perfect. So many people always like to kind of tell me, I'm so tired, right? I'm so inflexible. How am I going to do yoga? I say, then what else are you going to do to get more flexible? You want to turn into a fossil, by the time that you're 30, by the time you're 40, then you can't even move at all. What are you going to do? Nothing, right? So, done is better than perfect. Even if you can only do half the movement of what we're trying to ask you to do, it's still better. And you'll be very surprised. Once you start to do it, next week it gets better. Next month, even better. Don't expect changes to happen fast. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, it's better than if you never do anything at all. Because movement really is therapy, and I keep telling people that it is more than just exercise so I can look good or I can eat more. Great, that's a bonus. But our human bodies, in fact, anything that's alive, is meant to move on a daily basis. And if we don't, you really do dry up like a fossil. Okay, so the body needs all that movement to help blood to flow, to help lymph to flow. Of course, you have your heart to help your blood to flow, but your lymph, okay, your lymphatic system, it needs your movements to help to pump all the white blood cells, to pump your lymph throughout your entire body, to help get fluids in between the different layers of your skin, your muscles, and your fats. So if you don't, of course, everything starts to dry up. Yeah. Anti-aging, better do. Yes.
Anti-aging. So Dawn, would you like to show us your move of the yoga?
Yes. So what I'll do is I will show you something that you can do while seated first, and then after that I will repeat the same things while standing so that you can incorporate your leg movements into it as well. So the first thing that I want to show you is eagle arms, right? So many people complain to me that they have a lot of tightness in their upper body. So with eagle arms, all you have to do is have your arms extended to the front, right arm under, left arm over. And you can join me for this one as well. Now we're going to have your right arm underneath. Both arms will bend. Okay, so this is great for helping to relieve tension, on the upper back, right, and the back shoulders. It affects your shoulder joint, elbow joint, wrist joint, and you're going to try to have your hands come together and interlock. Can or not? Cannot, never mind. Now you just have your, good. Okay, if you can, incorporate your fingers as well. Okay, now can you bring your elbows up as high as you can? Very good. Now you're going to start to feel the shoulder blades, all right, the triangle bones on my upper back, all right, they're going to start to widen out, okay, they will move. So when you do that, I want you to incorporate a breath as well. Deep breath in, and you're going to feel a few muscles stretching around the upper back, around the shoulder blade area, all right. As you breathe out, you're going to just normal breath, like a sigh of relief, breathe out through your nose. We're going to do that again, one more breath, okay, inhale through the nose, and exhale. Good. We're going to change over to the other side, right? Of course, if you can stay there for 8 breaths, better. I only made you stay there for 2 breaths. Like I said, done is better than perfect. So for those of you who can only stay there for 2 breaths, I say you do it. You never do it at all for your entire lives. Okay, so let's do the same thing on the other side. This time I'm going to have your left arm under and your right arm over. Bend your elbows. Okay, one side is always tighter than the other.
Why cannot close?
Now cannot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, can, great. Cannot, never mind. Raise your arms up as high as you can. Alright, and then breathe deeply to the upper back. Alright, I know it sounds weird, okay, but your lungs actually go all the way up to your collarbones. Okay, that's how high it goes. So when you breathe deep, visualize your breath traveling to the upper back. Right? So when your lungs expand, your ribs expand, okay, it really does help to stretch a lot of muscles that surround the entire area. Okay, so one more breath here, deep breath in. And very slowly relax, lower your elbows, take your hands down. Very nice. Okay, so that's a very simple way that you can do that movement. So that's eagle. I'll do that later when you're standing. Okay, so we're gonna go into the next movement here right now, where you're gonna have your hands go into prayer position. Right thumb over left. Extend both arms up, and you're gonna bend your elbows. Take your hands behind your head. Push your head into your hands. Push your head into your hands. Okay, now if you try to look up, you're going to feel a stretch go all the way to your armpit area as well. So it's a chest extension. Yeah. So it forces you to breathe deep. Can you notice the shape of your spine now? It's the opposite of what you do when you're sitting down on the sofa. Okay. So this is a chest expansion. Yeah. Stretches a lot of muscles on your upper back, your shoulders, your deep shoulders, and you're also opening across the front side of your neck more. You're exercising the muscles on the back of your neck as you use your head to push your arms back, to push your hands back. All right, so we're going to take one more deep breath here to the rib cage, to the chest. And then very slowly lower your hands down. Easy or not?
Easy.
And then
Yes.
you might feel tingling sensation in your arms when you lower your arms down. That's
Yes,
a sign
it
of
does.
very bad circulation, huh?
Oh.
Some people arms will go to sleep one. Okay, that means you haven't been getting blood circulation to the area for very long. So sometimes that tingling sensation will happen. Don't think of it as a bad thing. So if you need to, just come out of it first. I only make you stay there for 2-3 breaths. Okay, so if you can, and eventually you stay for longer. That's a sign that you're actually getting better. There's less blockages and your circulation is actually getting better. I'm going to take you onto the mat now to show you the same 2 movements that you can do, but incorporating the legs this time round. With the eagle pose that we did earlier, you had your right arm start under first, okay? Right arm under, left arm over, bend your elbows. So if you want to join me again while seated, you can. Right? If you can, place your hands together. You want to interlock your fingers? Also can. Now let's add the legs, okay? Feet are together. Elbows raised up first, so you set your arms first. Let's take a seat, back and down. Now from here, right leg raise up. Take it off the floor and kiao ka lah. Okay, so you cross your legs, right over left. Yeah, if you can wrap your foot behind your standing leg, great. Cannot, never mind. You see, you can also have your big toe come and rest on the floor. So you work on balancing for the left leg. Okay, whichever leg that you're standing on. So you cross and then you take a seat. This is your eagle pose, the full eagle pose. So earlier on, I told you we work on the shoulders, elbows, and your wrists, right? Now we work on the hip joint, your knee joint, and your ankle joint as well. So it really works on a lot of muscles and joints at the same time, right? Helps to move your joints in a way that just standing upright does not. From the front view, you see when I cross my legs, one behind the other, I will try to get my elbows and my knees to be in one straight line. Elbow, knee, and foot. So you don't twist this way. You try to bring everything to the center, and then you stay there for about 8 breaths as well. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side. So if you want to do your left arm under with me, right arm over, bend your elbows, raise the arms up. Okay, and then we take a seat, back and down to incorporate the legs now. Left over right now, right? So wrap your legs, holding it there. So elbows, don't forget raise it up. Only when you do that will you feel that stretch to the front, to the upper back between the shoulder blades, right? So if you need to, you just stay with both feet to the floor, also can. You're still working on your leg muscles, your thigh muscles, right? And your buttocks. And then slowly come back up and cross the arms. Alright, so that is your eagle pose for you. It really helps to address all that sitting down for too long, right? So we're stretching along the outsides of your hips, the back of your hips. We're lengthening and stretching a lot of muscles on the outside of your thighs as well. So works the legs, works the upper body, right? The second movement that I asked you to do, hands together, palms together. We bend your elbows to bring the arms up and overhead, right? So those of you choosing to sit down to do this movement, you can just do the upper body work and just have your head press your hands backwards. Now from here, I'm going to have you bend your knees like what we did earlier on with your eagle pose. Your left leg step back, right leg stay in front. Now you have another choice. Back knee can rest on the floor. Why I like this movement is how it helps to stretch the front of your hips as well, right? So as opposed to always folding at the hips seated down on the chair, now we start to open up the front of the hips. So it helps to increase circulation to the pelvis. It helps us to also stretch a muscle that connects from your lower back to the front of your thigh. So that helps a lot with people who have lower back pain. Must do this stretch every day, right? So while you're here in your low lunge, remember, option is to lower the knee. If not, you keep the back knee off the floor. So this stretches that same muscle that I just said, and we're also strengthening muscles around the legs as well. And then the upper body is still getting that stretch. We stay there for about 8 breaths. So come back, hands on the thigh, step forward, and then we change. Okay, so switch legs. This time, left arm over right. Bend your elbows, hands up overhead. Right leg step back, left leg stay in front. Easy, knee down. Harder, knee up. Press your head against your hands, look up. So upper body, spine stretch. Shoulder stretch. Deeper breath. Lower body, muscles work. Front of the hip stretching. Legs also working at the back leg, right? So working on balance as well if your knee is lifted, but you will still get that same stretch if your knee is down on the floor. Once you're done with 8 breaths, you can place your hands on your thighs and then come back up. Easy or not?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so with 2 simple movements already, you're gonna actually feel very energized. Okay, it doesn't need to take like 1 whole hour of practice. So don't tell yourself, if I don't have 1 hour to do, then forget it. Yeah, no, even if it's like 3, 4, 5 minutes, you do something, it's still better than nothing. So back to what I said earlier, done is better than perfect. You want, you do again later in the afternoon. So you add up, you got 10 minutes. You do another time in the evening, you got 15 minutes. Maybe if you do longer, you got half an hour. So if you can break it down throughout the day and build it up, it's still quite an achievement. So don't tell yourself, if I don't have 1 hour, I'm not going to do it. If you have that kind of mentality, chances are you're not going to do it at all for a whole year or ever. Okay?
Yeah.
So in real life, we're all very
Right.
distracted. We're very busy, right? Yeah. So just break it
Yeah.
down and have it piecemeal.
Do you have any shout out to our audience?
Yes, for sure. Exercise is so important, and so far I've only talked about the exercise part and the well-being part. But of course, choose your food options wisely. We have to eat no matter what, okay? But what you eat really makes a huge difference, and especially in this pandemic, right? What we're going through right now, the choice of food that you take can either help you build up a stronger immune system or go the opposite way, right? So when the floodgates open, when we all start going back to work again, when we all start traveling again, okay, and it's the people who have a stronger immune system, or who are eating foods that help them to build up their immune system, who will have an advantage, right? So I don't think we should be doing things that put ourselves at risk, because it's not just going to affect us, it affects our family, our children, whom we go home to as well, right? So if you can do things like, take your vitamins, take your supplements, or have food that helps you to fight off bacteria, viruses, like good honey, I think that's going to be a very important thing that you may want to think about, and not just exercise. So it's a lifestyle change that we all need to think about, and not just small little things, right? So yes, we all have to consider how we're going to live our lives after this pandemic.
Thank you, Dawn, for sharing your tips with us today. So this is
You're
our
welcome.
last question.
Mhm.
So this is our last question. What does
Yep.
purity within means to you?
Purity within. What does purity within mean to me? I think it will. Well, can I say 2 things?
Sure.
Okay, so one thing would be definitely the food that I take, right? So if it is full of additives, if it is full of chemicals, of course my body is going to have an adverse effect when I take that in. So I would choose to put purer foods into my body, because what we eat is what we are, right? So purity within would mean to me, consuming foods, water that is cleaner, that is purer, that is of use to my body, or benefit to my body. The other thing that it means to me is my mind, right? So our mindset and our thoughts are so powerful. So if you have bad thoughts, if you have negative thoughts, it will affect everything that you do. It will affect your entire life and your decisions and the people around you as well. On the other hand, if you have pure thoughts, happy thoughts, it changes everything as well. Your entire outlook on life, how you look at things, and how you choose to let things affect you as well, right? So I think it means 2 things: the mental part as well as the food that I take in. I think these 2 things are very important. Like I said, it will never be just one thing, right? It will be a holistic lifestyle change that we need to consider.
Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. If you like this episode, please like and share us on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will see you again next episode. Bye bye.